Cancer, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for early May 2023. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes into energy and see what's going on for the lovely Cancerian collective. I hope you're all doing fabulous, my friends. Let's shuffle it up one time, see what we have for you this week, shall we? Let's go, my gods. Talk to me about Cancer. Let's see what's going on for my friends. And yeah, we're just going to take one quick look at this first card, then we'll get into the full reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which is always interesting. But let's get it going. Let's rock. Let's see what we got for Cancer here, my gods. Talk to me. Nice and quick, please. There we go. Thank you. Okay, so we are starting off here with this Eight of Swords, a little bound up type of energy. Nothing to really worry about because that is a fleeting type of energy. Gorgeous imagery for sure, but it can mean a lot of different things. Now, before we really start pulling that apart, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the May subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Here we go. So we see this beautiful angel here. It looks like it's kneeling down. It's bound up in that red twine or rope or whatever you want to call it. And to me, this is very similar to the Eight of Swords. Now, for a portion of you, you might feel like your back's against the wall. You might feel like you're trapped in regards to something. Generally, this energy could also indicate a little stress or overthinking, nervousness. So there might be someone you're linked to that's like on edge for some reason. But this is a card that's a little imprisoned. So whether it's someone who's a prisoner of their own thoughts, prisoner of their own feelings. The good thing about this card is that it is a very fleeting type of energy. It's not permanent. So this is something that can be moved on from and progressed from rather quickly. In its lowest sense, maybe some of you are feeling a little bit of cabin fever, right? You might need to get out a little bit, explore, go on a vacation. You know how it goes. But let's get into tarot. We'll just put that over to the side. I always say the first card doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote for us. But yeah, we're going to get you 3 of these in the upright before we get the intuitive juiciness going. Let's shuffle it up one time for the Cancerians. My gods, what do we got for my friends here? In early May, please. So, last week's reading was an interesting one, and it felt like it was focusing on someone in your circle. It was titled, They Are Mad. And the big vibe I was picking up last week is somebody was in their feelings, all right? Maybe you were a little upset at somebody, but it did feel like there was a little disgruntled type of energy in last week's spread. So we're going to hope to keep it optimistic and change that up. You know, energy is very fluid. It's never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, right? Because we could be seeing your energy or somebody else's. You know how it goes. Let's get you 3. What do we got for Cancer here, please? Early May. Thank you. All right, so we are starting with a very, very fast type of energy, my friends. 2 court cards to start us off exactly. So position number 1, we do have the Knight of Swords. We are starting with a boom right there. And our second card that came out with them is our good friend, the King of Cups, aka Kyle of Cups himself without a beard, showing up here in position number 2. We love when he comes by to visit. That's a card that could represent you, of course, since you are a water sign. Let's get you one more. Lots of people here this week, my friends. Let's get you one more. We got for Cancer? Chariot. All right, so we have 2 cards that could represent you, my friends. We have the Chariot on the back end. There's a lot happening here. There could be a lot shifting, a lot changing. Let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, then we'll get that juicy, intuitive stuff going. So I could already tell at first glance, we have an interesting play of energy here. If you look here in the box, the 2 cards on the ends are very fast moving cards. They're probably the 2 fastest moving ones in the whole entire deck. You also have a card that could represent you and another card that could represent you once again. So this is going to be an interesting one to decipher. There's a lot happening, a lot of energetic action and movement here. But position number 1, the Knight of Swords. Now this card could absolutely represent an air sign. So think Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. If not, this is a big card of action, of movement. So we are starting with action. It's like we're starting, we're ending. So there is energy flowing, there is energy moving all over the place. Generally, we think of something moving very fast, like a rocket towards something. The same could be said with this and the Chariot right here on the back end. So we want to see what this action is about. Now, the positives of this card, yes, it could be a communicator, it could be a talker, a messenger, but On the negative side, this could be a confrontational type of energy, and the same can be said here for the Chariot. So like, I feel like there's a bit of a coin flip happening in this spread already, where something could either go really, really good, or it might go off the rails, it might be up in the air, but there is heavy movement energetically here, possible changes. So we want to see what's up as we clarify this. That's really where this reading is going to shine, I think. Now, as we move to the center, we have the King of Cups himself. So once again, water sign energy. This could represent you. Okay, doesn't matter if you're male, female, anything in between. The King of Cups is a beautiful card. It could represent control of its respective suit, like all kings. When we see water in a spread, it represents the realm of emotion, feelings, the unseen types of energies. So you might be trying to keep yourself emotionally under control. The King of Cups can represent art, creativity, deep feelings. It could represent love that you have for somebody else, or love that somebody has for you. You often see the King of Cups in romance readings, okay? So it's interesting to see what'll show up. But I also know that it's a card that could be you as well. So in my simplistic style of reading, this card might tell us something that's coming towards you, or a way you might be feeling, like when we go in and clarify it. Now, moving to the very back end, we have the literal card that represents the Cancer collective. We have the Chariot, beautiful energy, once again, fast moving. So when we have the Knight of Swords, when we have the Chariot, this could represent travel, distance. And remember, I was saying in the very beginning, you might be feeling bound up, might be having a little bit of cabin fever with this card. You might need a vacation or a trip. We could see that doubling down through here. You might be wanting to break free of something as well. But the Chariot is extremely fast, forward progress, forward momentum. It's a very determined card to see something through. Now, with all fast-moving cards, they can be explosive in nature and they can go off the rails sometimes. But I would say one of the, I won't say downside, but the challenge of the Chariot is that we always have to remember that this is an instrument of war. Chariots were made for battle. So when we see the Knight of Swords, when we see this, there's a lot happening here. And I wouldn't say I'm getting a scattered feeling. I just feel there's like so much energetic movement and changeability in this week's spread. So we're going to put this Chariot down. It's going to be super intriguing to clarify all this. So with that being said, let's do it. Let's jump in and clarify. All right, let's get a good shuffle here for the Cancers, please. Let's reset this deck, see what's going on. My guides, talk to me. Yes, my friends, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Knight of Swords. And yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages that you want to give to Cancer, you could drop them in the comments. I don't mind at all. All right, Knight of Swords time. 2 court cards. You might be very popular in this time. Yeah, this is very like I don't care type of energy right here in the front end. We have the Ace of Swords in reverse. Okay, that's just the vibe this is giving me. So you might be very, either someone might be acting uncaring towards you, or you might just be like, you know, I'm over that. Like, I really don't care how this person feels. I'm just going to keep it moving. I'm going to keep it pushing here. A portion of you with the Ace of Swords in reverse underneath this Knight of Swords, this could be winning a battle of some kind too. So I feel like it's one or the other. Like either you could be triumphing, overcoming, winning a battle you've been fighting, which is a very good thing, or you might just be like, you know what, I don't care no more about a certain thing. All right, I'm not going to say person, but the Ace of Swords in reverse is like, yeah, I'm not going to fight. I'm not going to fight it. I'm not going to fight over it. I'm not going to fight for it. It is what it is. Like, that's the type of energy it's giving me. It's like, all right, well, it is what it is then. Okay, not the prototypical Cancerian type of energy that I'm used to. Okay. Another thing you really need to watch out for is your thought process when we have all this air in the front end with the Ace of Swords in reverse. You might be seeing something slightly askew as well. Like you might not see the facts of something. We're not going to go too hard on that. Let's keep moving through. I'm going to stick to the positive that you might be overcoming something, whether you're overcoming a feeling or a situation. Let's see what's up with that King of Cups. Interesting. I mean, but it's very much like keep it moving. Like we're going to keep it moving here. What's the King of Cups here? Thank you. Okay. Yeah, we have the Two of Swords. Now we're getting a ton of air energy in this spread, which I always find very intriguing. The Two of Swords is a card of mystery. Sometimes it could be indecisive. This could represent either you trying to like really confused about something or confused about how you feel as well. Because remember, I was saying since the very beginning, like this could possibly be a coin flip of some sort. That's what this Two of Swords could be telling us. Like, listen, something could go the harsh way, could possibly go the good way. We'll see when the clarifiers come out. But the Two of Swords, aside from that, is one of my bigger cards of the unknown, the unexpected. There's a lot of changeability here. So for a lot of you, there could be surprising or unexpected changes like coming down the pipeline. We'll see, especially when we get to the Chariot. But when I see this, I just think of the unseen, like something you don't quite see just yet. So there might be developments in certain situations that are unforeseen or changes that are coming. Now, I don't mean that in a bad way. It might be a little mix of both, but I feel like there's a dichotomy of energy here where there's like really, really positive, but there's also challenge. So we're going to have to see how this plays out. For me, like you might be feeling something and you're confused about your feelings, or they're very complex, but the main thing I'm feeling here is like unexpected or surprising changes and shifts. Let's see what's up with that Chariot. I mean, if you're connected to another water sign, there might be some issues as well. Let's not go down that route just yet. There's a little bit of a hidden energy here, so there might be something you're keeping to yourself. Let's go in on that Chariot. Thank you. Okay, yeah, Five of Cups. All right. Okay, yeah, so this could be somebody that is acting like they don't care about something, but in reality, they really do. The Five of Cups, this could be an emotional warning this week, and I'm not sure if I've had one for you recently, but the Five of Cups under a card like yours, it could really be Spirit saying, like, listen, really take care of yourself mentally and emotionally in this time, especially with all the sword cards, now all the water. It's half water, half air. So there's like a mental and emotional battle happening here. So a lot of you might be going through a battle of the heart and the mind, where your logic tells you one thing, but your heart tells you another. But a big thing with the River of Tears under the Chariot is, you know, this warning about your emotions. They're valid, they're important, and they should be taken seriously, okay? And even if this is something as very minor as like little sadness, little gloominess, or something really heartbreaking potentially, okay? Now, I feel like overall this isn't a terrible reading. There are some cautions, there are some warnings and challenges to be had, but there is absolutely an emotional warning right here on the back end, especially with all this back and forth type of energy. This feels a lot deeper than the front end. So maybe you're trying to tell yourself, like, listen, I don't care about it. I don't care about it. I'm not going to think about it. But in reality, it might be bugging you. Let's go through and do a quick recap, because I don't want to keep talking this into the ground. I feel like there's a lot of messages here, so only take from it what you will. But let's go through real quick before we get into the shadow card. If you kindly look in the box, position number 1, we have the Knight of Swords with the Ace of Swords in reverse. This was a very much like, I'm going to keep it moving, I'm going to keep it pushing, I don't care about that type of energy. It was also like pretty cold as well. Make sure you're seeing things for what they are as well. You know, don't overthink things to the point where you're not seeing all the information, because there's a lot of mental action, a lot of changeability as well. Because I was seeing from the beginning this coin flip. We have this mental and emotional battle happening here. In position number 2, we have the King of Cups with the Two of Swords in the upright. There might be some confusion on your behalf or someone you're connected to, right? They're confused about how they feel. They could be going from angry to sad and back and forth and back and forth. So there's a lot of changeability here. I do believe for a lot of you, there could be unexpected developments and changes or surprising changes coming, okay? In certain situations you're going through that could pop up in this time. Not necessarily rough. Moving to the back end, we have the Chariot with the Five of Cups in the upright. Maybe this is someone sad about you. Maybe you're sad over someone else. Maybe this is this emotional roller coaster I've been talking about. But when I see the Five of Cups under your card, you know, obviously this is a warning about your emotions, whether it's something minor, whether it's something major. Take care of yourself. Spirit is warning about your emotional state in this time, or someone's emotional state. So please take a screenshot. I'm going to get you one shadow card here. Shuffle it up one time and see what's going on for my Cancerians in the shadows. Interesting, my friends. There's challenges to be had. It's all good, though. Life is all about the ups and downs, am I right? So let's get you one shadow card here. What's in the shadows for Cancer, please? Thank you. Okay, Four of Swords. Okay, more sword energy. That's the mental, that's the communicative. Now, the Four of Swords is generally somebody that needs a rest or needs a break from something. Okay, so maybe that is something some of you need to hear. Like, listen, you might need a rest. You might need a break from this. Whether it's a break from yourself, a break from another person, a break from a situation. There's nothing wrong with rest and relaxation. And once again, that message I was getting earlier in the spread about taking care of yourself, how important that is, right? Don't make sure you're not putting others' priorities over yourself when the Four of Swords shows up. Yes, it could also represent things not really changing. It could represent possibly having big issues sleeping and getting proper rest. Please make sure you're doing that. But I feel like the main message in the shadows here is the importance of taking care of yourself. Super important in this time. So Cancer, that's what I have for you this week, my friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the May subscriber surprise. For the May subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 2 boxes of the beautiful Tarot of the Owls. This is an awesome deck. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, it's 2 simple things. As always, my friends, first, you must be subscribed, which I'm sure you already are. And second, let me know down in the comments, out of all the cards in this week's reading, which one spoke to you the most. You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, I will announce the winners in my community tab at random. As always, my friends, much love to you, and I'll see you next time.